Okay, right. Today our topic is to learn about trigonometric ratios. Yes. Yes. The topic is to learn about, I just need a little bit of expand. Yeah. Yeah, trigonometric ratios today. In this topic, initially we need to understand about the first rule we are learning is the cosine rule. Cosine rule, right? So when you are discussing about this cosine rule today, most of the students ask the question is, how do you verify whether to apply this for a cosine rule? And there's another rule we are learning, that's a sine rule. So how do you verify in a question whether to apply cosine rule or the sine rule? That is a main question where most of the students ask from me. Right. The basic concept is today, the cosine rule, when you're referring to the cosine rule, it's a relationship between three sides and one angle. Basically, there is a fact we have to understand with the cosine rule. It's a relationship between three sides and one angle. When you refer into sine rule, it's a relationship between two sides and two angles. From there, you can understand this question whether to apply for to apply for the cosine rule or the sine rule, right? Okay. Basically, when you come up with this cosine rule, initially we have to mark an angle. If this is the angle, the restriction we have to understand is the side opposite to the angle always have to consider as A. Other two sides, either way you can use B and C. It's not a preference whether if you want you can label this one as C or this one as C, doesn't make a difference. But the restriction here, always the angle opposite to this one should be A. If it is so, we can write this formula. A squared is equals to B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cos A. This is a one very popular formula. It's a one format of the formula. The other format is, you can say like this. It's the same extension over here. I just subjected cos A from this equation. That is like this. B squared plus C squared minus A squared divided by 2BC. That's the second factor formula where we should know about this trigonometric cosine, sorry, the cosine rule, right? So I just line up these two equations. So depends on the situation, you can use this equation. So whatever the equation you use, it doesn't make a difference. So you can use it, right? Okay, this is the norm. Yeah, right. Then, yes, let's go into one question. Let's try to understand this relationship. If you come up with one example, right? Suppose that there is a situation just like this. They have given us one equation. They might give you A, B, C, and they have given this angle as 45. 45. So this is 3 meters and this is 6 meters. Question is, find the length of BC. If you need to find the length of BC, now you can see, let's try to go with the approach to understand whether this is cosine rule or the sine rule, right? Then you can understand that this is the unknown fact, right? I just label this one as X, right? Now you have, if I label this one as X, 1, 2, 3 sides along with one angle. So it's come up to a format where relationship between 3 sides and one angle. With that, you have to refer to this angle. You have to see whether which is A. So you can say this is the angle. Therefore, this becomes A. So you can write the answer this way. So remember that you have to mention what you are going to do with this question. Apply cosine rule. So you can have a, if you want, you can write the formula, but it's not a must to write the formula. But till you're familiar with this or till you memorize this formula, I'm requesting you to write this formula. It's kind of make you kind of familiar with this equation. So you can say this is x squared is equals to 3 squared plus 6 squared minus 2 into 3 into 6 cos 45. Right. So this answer is this way. X squared is equals to 9 plus 36 minus 2 into 3 is 6, 6 into 6 is 36 cos 45. Then there is a one common mistake where most of the students do is this, right? This is the mistake where the students do. I'll use a different color to represent that mistake, where what they do is they just get this like this. They mention it as x squared is equals to 9 plus 36 minus 36. They just cancel this. Plus 36 minus 36 cancel. They write it as 9 minus cos 45. They think that because you have to understand that this 36 is originally is cos 45. Therefore, you cannot do this. This is totally wrong, right? Okay. Then what is the correct procedure of doing this question is we have to simplify this. So if you feel like you may be confused with this question, it's better you can put a bracket over here. If you feel like you may confuse with this, always this last expression cover up with a bracket. Then you can get the answer. X squared is equals to, so you can put it in the calculator, 9 plus 36 minus 36 cos 45. So you can easily get the answer 26.09. This is 26.09. So with that you can get x is equals to square root of 26.09. With that you can write the answer. I'll just write it here. Yes. The square root of the answer would be 5.11. This value become 5.11 meters, and you have to remember what is the unit it's available in the question. So according to that only, you have to put the formula over here. That is the first question where we should know. Right, okay. Let's go ahead with another example. The next extension they can ask you is the like this. Right. They ask you to find the value of x. Find x. Actually, we have to find the value of x. Right. Now, when you are referring to this question again, you have three sides related with one angle. So obviously, you can use the cosine rule. So you can simply write apply cosine rule. Apply cosine rule. For this case, you need to understand that here you have to understand what is A. So side is this. So angle is this. So side opposite that is 6. Therefore, you can apply a squared is equals to b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos a. So a squared becomes 6 squared is equals to 2 squared plus this is b and this is c. X squared minus 2 into x into cos 120. So if you simplify, this is 36 is equals to 4 plus x squared minus 2 into 2, 4x cos 120. See whether what is the answer for cos 120? Yes. Okay. Cos 120 become minus half. So this is into minus half.
So that'll just be plus, plus 2x.
Right. Then just you can write like this, x squared. If you simplify this turn up to plus 2x, bring this 36 to other side is minus 32. This is the answer for that. Now we have to solve this quadratic equation to obtain the answer for x. So you can write x equals to minus 2 plus or minus b squared, 2 squared minus 4, a is 1, c is minus 32, divided by 2a, 2 into 1. So with that, you get the answer x. Now let's see what other restrictions they can ask you. So straightforward for putting this, don't spend your time on simplifying this manually. You just use the calculator and obtain the answer. It is 1, 2 and minus 32, but make sure you are putting the correct answer into the question. So one answer is 1 plus minus 1 plus root 33. Other than that, you can say root 33 minus 1. The answer is
minus
so
root
this answer is put there 4.74.
Right.
X equals to 4.74. The other answer is minus 1 minus root 3. Minus root 33 minus 1. So x become minus 6.74. Minus 6.74. So obviously we know that length cannot be negative. So this answer is not valid. So you can write the final answer become x equals to 4.74. That's a simple answer for that. That's a way of getting this question. Right. Let's go to the other example with that. Right. The next extension they can ask you is like this. I just make it a little bit complex. They have given us this is x plus 4, x minus 1, this is 6, and this angle is, I'll just take this 120 because it's kind of simplifying answer with us. So they ask you to find x. So simply what you can understand is you can use the cosine rule. So to BC. So with that you can say, now you have to understand that this is the angle. This is a side opposite the angle. Therefore you can write x plus 4 squared is equals to x minus 1 squared plus 6 squared minus 2 times of x minus 1 into 6 into cos 120. Right. The other second mistake where they do is just like this. So when you do this, they just write this one as this way. They just get it as x squared plus 16. So now you can understand that this expansion is not x plus 16. They just at x squared plus 4 squared 16. They forget the intermediate step. So you just this is wrong. So we have to work out with the proper expansion. That is a other important fact to be memorized. That is x squared plus 8x plus 16 is equals to, this is x squared minus 2x plus 1 plus 36. So when you're working out with this, you have to understand that this cos 120 is minus half. So minus half and plus half, it get cancels. With this is turned up to plus 1, that is turned up to 36 plus 6x minus 6. That's a way of getting this vector. So I think I just do it perfectly. Again, if I just review this, minus half cancel with minus 2, it's plus 1. 6 into x is 6x, 6 into minus 1 is minus 6. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so if you simplify this, if you want, you can take all the terms to one side, but I just simplify the left hand side and right hand separately. This is x squared plus 4x, 37. Other than that, you can just write it as 31. Yeah, this is 31. 31. They take all the terms to one side today. So you can just write x squared plus 4x plus 31. I just brought all the terms to one side. Minus x squared minus 8x minus 16. So if you simplify this, you realize that this x squared and minus x squared get cancels into each other. Yes, so these two terms get cancelled over here and here. Hope you can understand. So this is 0 equals to minus 4x. 31 minus 16 is turned up to plus 15 today. So obviously the x turn up into how much? Minus 4x plus 50. Minus 4x equals to minus 15. That 4x equals to 15 divided by 2 is 3.75. So yeah, that is correct. So answer should be 3.75. So this doesn't make any big impact on the final answer because you didn't get two answers for x. So if we get two answers for x, we have to check whether both answers are correct, or sometimes one answer may be negative, that you can say it's not existing and you can go ahead with the other answer. So these are the basic questions where they're asking this cosine rule. Let's go ahead with few questions in this in your textbook and see whether is there any alternatives. You have to find the same thing that we did over here. This one also the same, and yeah, that's it. So they're just referring with the double variable formats, and that's the first extent of the finding the cosine rule, right? Okay. Then let's go ahead with the second part of this cosine rule question.